This is FSD Beta 11.4.2, and this is the first time I'm driving to Lakeland with this version, so I have no idea what to expect. I am staring at the road. Oh, you know what? It's probably the cones. Traffic light, the car will most likely brake because there's an excessive number of traffic lights, and this lane splits from one lane to two lanes, but either lane, the right lane should go to the right, but they have a tendency to go to the left if they're in a hurry, and this lane should go left or center. And let's see what we get here. Today we get the left lane. It's a little bit better. So a bit of braking for that Kia pulling out, which I would have expected to not have been there given the release notes. Still have to get over one more lane. Holy cow, that guy's coming up quick. It's interesting. I don't think I felt a single tap of the brakes for that blinking yellow. That's it's a little different. No, don't do that. I didn't abort that lane change. It aborted itself there. And I'm accelerating because that truck was doing something he should not have been doing. So that was an intervention. Because that truck was not being patient. Turn on the cameras so that folks can see what I'm merging onto the interstate with. The car is braking and has slotted me behind that pickup truck. It should change lanes after this car. The profile here is set to average. And if I had to wager a guess, I would say another lane change. Nope, that truck's gonna get out in front of me though. I don't entirely agree with this lane change because I am getting off the interstate in 2 miles and this lane is already getting jammed up. The optimum maneuver here is stay in this lane until we are ahead of the semi-truck and then change lanes. I think that's what the car is going to try and do. Yep, there it is. So we're going to slot in ahead of the semi-truck here. This one's tricky because everyone getting on the interstate has to exit the lane they're getting on in, but we should be changing lanes now. Come on, baby. it gets really easy on average for me, because that's the kind of driver I am. It's gotten, the more I use the system, the more I'm able to somewhat predict the maneuver that it's going to do and when it's most likely going to do it. Obviously, I don't get it always right, but most of the time you can kind of get the swing of things. Behind me, but there are ways behind me. I don't know that I would have changed lanes out of that lane, because now I am going slower than the rest of traffic, right? So yes, it did say getting out of passing lane, but I was moving at a speed where I would have been continuing to pass. And it dropped me quite a ways. Don't do it. Nice. Alright, now to me it should get back over. 3, 2, 1. Predictability, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things you're after, right? Like, the warning says it's going to do the dumbest thing at the wrongest time, but, you know, when you use the system enough, you kind of get the swing of it. Now, I don't need to exit this lane, because the next exit is mine. Is that it's not aggressive enough in getting over in these lanes. So, like, for me, I would be changing lanes already, but instead it's taking almost the entire lane opportunity to get over. So these are 3 lanes that turn left. This used to be 2 lanes, now it's 3. This center lane used to be the rightmost left turn lane. And I used to have to disengage here, but the city of Lakeland repainted the lines, so this should be a pretty easy underhanded pitch here. So let's see what we get. Nope, changed lanes in the middle of the intersection, even with the repainted line. So that is not desired. Bad car. my destination is going to be on the right. And it should slot me in ahead of this white Nissan. 3, 2, 1. No, yeah, there it is. It's close. Now, historically, it makes me disengage here. Let's see what we get today. There's the disengagement. I tried to take the wrong right turn. So that's the end of the drive. Alright, and this is the return trip. So we're going to be trying this again, which is having to go from Harden to Florida 570, which is the Polk Parkway. And this is Frontage Rd. And the idea here is that the car needs to get into a turn lane and then cut across what essentially amounts to 3 lanes of traffic. I don't expect it to work, but we'll see what happens. I'm only going to do it the one time, and then I'm going to finish the route. But new version, new test. I will say, so far this is doing better because it did not try and do lane change based on route out of this lane. So that is better. For getting into the turn lane, it needs to be doing it like right now. It should already be trying to get over there. Needs to do that a little bit faster. The car behind me, for example, was already in the lane. I'm going to leave this up so we can try and look out the repeater camera. And see what it is over here. Technically the car can go. I'm going to hit the accelerator. Yep, there's the horn. And nope, not doing it. So it wants to do it, it just can't do it fast enough. So now it's going to reroute to the next exit. So no disengagement there. I hit the accelerator pedal in order to encourage it to go. Because again, the car behind me honked because it was an excruciatingly long time that it waited before trying to proceed. And it failed the maneuver. Past has tried to reroute down that direction, but today it doesn't want to, which is fine. Honestly, that road is just backed up. Holy cow. Traffic seems to be a little less busy, so that's always a positive. Vehicle behind me, so in theory, once I get past this Equinox, the car should try and change into the right lane to get out of the way. There it is. Nice. That is exactly what I want to see. Beautiful. I'm going to leave the cameras on while I get on the interstate and stuff. Now this ramp to the interstate is annoying. Both of these lanes merge into the left lane, so you can probably imagine what's about to happen here. But there's no one next to me. Normally it tries to hang out in the left lane so it doesn't have to do what it just did, but nah. Most folks will take this turn at 60 miles an hour or something. You can see the BMW ahead is already trying to work their way out. Holy cow, he can't maintain a lane to save his life. So the rate we're moving, we're going to be blocked by the box truck. Dude! No! I need to get out of this lane in a hurry because it is also a exit-only lane. That is good. That is what I want to see. Well done. Alright, ultimately I need to be in the right lane in about 1.5 miles. Personally, I would not be in this lane, and I fully expect to have to do a couple manual lane changes to get out of here. Best case scenario, I can get in front of that red car. Holy cow. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was expecting. Now there's a car in my blind spot. And I'll have to slot in behind this guy. This turn, I've got a car behind me, so I may have to disengage here. Previous version would get into the far left lane, which is a left turn lane, and I need to be in the lane next to that, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, beautiful. Haha, that is what I want to see. Nice. Looks like there's a red one behind us. Whoop. I like to play the game of trying to figure out whether or not they're on autopilot. I don't think he is. Crossed the line. most, all we're really going to do is get behind this truck now. And if this light turns red, yeah, see, it was like the world's most pointless lane change. I'm cutting the guy off. I'm going to abort that and accelerate. So that's another intervention. Whoa, that is a disengagement. Started to careen me into oncoming traffic. So sequence of events there is the car changed lanes to get into a faster lane, which ultimately was a bad decision. It tried to slot itself in between this truck that's passing and this other vehicle that's passing, and the vehicle behind me was too close, so it failed to do that. I aborted the lane change and tapped the accelerator to get it to go faster, and the vehicle then tried to put itself into oncoming traffic for whatever reason, and I disengaged. Here we can see that the road geometry is still fixed, so that's squared away, and that's the end of that. Thanks for watching.